first question I'd like to ask, David gave it to me. Ask the crowd how many of Sally's former defendants are with us. Stand up. The hand up. Look at that. That's right. All right. Yeah. There's a solid crowd here. I'm not surprised. You know.
How many are in jail right now?
One. Yes. One at a time. Well, listen. We're getting into too much minutia here. We're moving on there, Bill. Good question. You know, there are actually two professions that Jesus did not speak well of in the four Gospels. Scribes and Pharisees. Lawyers and priests. And, you know, I was once a prince of the church, so I know compromise. And to be an attorney or to be a priest these days, or reverend in these larger institutions, is a dangerous thing, just like it was in the gospel times with Jesus. And the difference between Sally and most attorneys is that when Sally is with us, she's one of us. Even good attorneys, good people who want to help, are very problematic when you're trying to talk to them what you want done. Because they're always trying to get you off on a technicality. They want to make sure that you don't go to jail and you pay a fine. They don't want to see your record besmirched. And that's not why we did civil disobedience in the first place. If we're going to be cowardly in front of the court, we wouldn't have bothered to break the law. Sally knows that. And she's one of those attorneys that's our advocate in front of judges. And she can speak our truth. And that's what makes her so good. And if Sally was a rich man, she would be the camel that would come through the eye of the needle. She's that good of an attorney. And we are very lucky to have her. Sally, the Bishop Dingman Award, proudly presented to you. Thank you very much for your work for justice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Frank, and thank you all for being here. I see to have so many of my former clients and probably future clients here tonight is very special. To reaffirm that what I'm doing has meaning means a lot to me. There's a traditional blessing for something very special that happens. It's for holidays, it's for major life events, for great occasions, for anything special, and I feel I need to, as we might put it, take a Shehachianu moment. And so, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehachianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, the eternal our God, ruler of the universe, for bringing us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this day. And to me, this is that kind of a day, to have this honor, Sister Simone, to share kind of the platform with you on a day like today is also extremely special. We learn from each other, from the interfaith work, from the social justice work, from both our texts. Each teach us about the world and the work we need to do. What inspired me to be a lawyer was in 5th grade, watching the Chicago 8 trial, and I always include Bobby Seale there, so 8, and seeing William Kunstler, and I want to be like William Kunstler, and Clarence Darrow, watched Inherit the Wind a few times. And so I knew I wanted to keep the protesters on the street, because social change happens with a combination of people on the street, people in the courts, pushing the judges and the legislators. And it took you guys to teach me, well, sometimes it's okay to have a few days off from the streets on principle, and to not get all upset if somebody says, I'm not going to pay a fine, I won't do probation, put me in jail. It's like, okay. And then I just argue for the shortest sentence that should be, and, you know, time served, and then if you're frank, you get the max. But but I have learned from you all to take that, you're partners in the case. You are not, it's the most client-centered lawyering we get to do because you are making informed choices. I can discuss how to proceed with you. I can analyze with you. There's a rabbinic understanding, there's a weird phrasing in when Cain kills Abel and God says, the blood of your brother cries out from the earth. But the weird thing is it uses the plural for the word blood. It doesn't use the singular. And so there's a rabbinic discussion. Why is this plural? You know, why would you use the plural word? And the answer is because if you kill a person, it's not only that person you've killed, it's all the people who would come after, all the generations. And they also tell us, the rabbis are always good about asking questions. Some of them are rather weird, you know, you think they had too much time on their hands, but some of them are profound. And so they said, you know, why did God begin with one person or two people? And they said, so no one could say my lineage is better than yours. We're all equal. And also to teach us that to take one life, it is as if you have killed the whole world. But if you've saved a life, it is as if you've saved the world. And that's really the work of the Catholic Peace Ministry. It's the work Sister Simone's doing. It's trying to really save the world, or in Jewish terms, tikkun olam, to repair the world. And we've got a lot cut out for us. It needs a lot of repair. And we all know that we're not going to be able to, you know, bring about, for my purposes, the Messianic age or the second coming, maybe for yours. But we've got to try. And what's wonderful is you all are trying. And I so appreciate that you have allowed me to be part of that work, that you've allowed me, from my lawyer perspective, to give that contribution to the movement. And so I'm going to close with a quote from Rabbi Tarfon, because it's one of the ones that keeps me going when I think, what am I doing? We're getting nowhere. And Rabbi Tarfon said, you're not required to complete the task, but neither are you permitted to refrain from it altogether. And all of you have decided not to refrain. We may not see it in our lifetime, but we're out there. And I thank you for this award and for letting me be part of the struggle with you. Thank you.
Lest there be any doubt about how fearless Sally is in accepting any challenge or taking on any client, I offer Exhibit A. The Yale Journal of Law and Feminism, 1996. You remember you gave me this? It's autographed. The whole issue is devoted to, it's an article by Sally. The subtitle is The Importance of Narrative in the Art of Lawyering, but the main title is Eve Was Right to Eat the Apple. She'll take on anyone. Again, thank you all for coming. I think Sally gave us as good a benediction as any